There I was on the south side of Chicago. I can even remember the address, 8341 South Racine. And I was 6, maybe 7 years old, and I worked in my mom and dad's record shop. And we sold LPs, CDs, cassettes. No, not CDs. It was before CDs, 45s. And I just remember this customer coming in looking for a song. So he would tell me the lyrics, and I could always figure out what it was that our customers wanted by them telling me a couple words or lyrics in it. And he wanted Stevie Wonder's Superstition. So I went and got it. He gave me the money, rang it up in the cash register. And the way my dad raised us was when we gave a customer change, we would have to count it out. 5, 6, 7, 8. So I got to be really good with money. But what I really enjoyed was helping people, serving others. So people would always ask me, Mary, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I don't know if it was all of the nights of watching MASH on TV. It was about a field hospital. You could see the nurses out there and the doctors. Or even Rhoda. It was a spinoff from the Mary Tyler Moore Show. And I loved it because Rhoda was a nurse. And so when people asked me what I wanted to do, maybe it was innate, but maybe it was from watching all of those TV shows where the nurses were there. I knew I wanted to be a nurse, never a doctor, a nurse. And so fast forward, it's 1997. I'm attending the University of Texas Health Science Center. And I'm in the nursing program right after I finished the military, ironically. And so I get my first assignment, and I'm on a neonatal intensive care unit. And I'm taking care of these premature infants. And it was this one couple in particular that comes to mind. They had just had their first baby, and the baby was born early. And so I was assigned as their nurse. And they would come day in and day out. And when it was time to go, the mother, she would just be so sad. She didn't want to leave her baby. And I can relate. I have 2 adult children now, but at the time, they were really young. And so I would walk up to the parents and just really assure them, I got you. I'm going to take care of your kids as if they're mine. You can go home. You can rest. And when you come back, all is well. And I just know that that is the thing that I love to do. I love to serve people. It's something about when you give to somebody, the more you give, the better you feel. There I was, the 3rd largest nurse staffing agency in Houston. I was blowing it up, y'all. I had 200 nurses being staffed at various hospitals throughout Houston. Money was coming in, and it was wonderful, it was great. And then it all came crashing down. What I was doing was I was factoring because cash flow was short. And we paid our nurses weekly. Well, the hospitals paid every 30, 60, 90, 120 days when they felt like it, right? And so I decided factoring would be a solution. So every contract that we had, the factoring company would, instead of waiting on the money, the factoring company would advance us the money. And the fees were so high, it got to the point that we were literally losing money every nurse that we sent to the hospital. Now, I had wise counsel. My CPA told me, Mary, don't do it. And I didn't listen. And what ended up happening was I lost my house. I lost my car. And with 2 kids, we were homeless. And it was really the best thing that ever happened for me in my life. Because what I understood was, I thought it was the money from the job that was really helping me to live my life and take care of my kids. And what I got present to was all of that was great, but that wasn't my source. There's only one, God. God was my source. After the money was gone, and I was like, if the hospitals would just pay me, if my ex would just pay his child support, I'd be okay. But what I got was, there's only one presence, one power, and I don't know who the God of your understanding is. But the God of my understanding is always available for me. So I didn't have to worry about where my next meal was going to come from. I didn't have to worry about what nurse I was going to staff. And so today, I love helping people. It started when I was young, and it's just something that has been in me. It's like a gift. And every day that I'm able to serve somebody, it's like my life is fulfilled. And I wouldn't want to live a different life at all. I'm in the car, leaving my house, headed to downtown Houston. I work for a massage therapy company, a school actually. And as I'm driving down the road, I just have the taste for a grape soda. Now I'm from Chicago, so we say grape pop. I wanted one, I had the taste for it, and I don't drink soda very often. And when I looked in my wallet, this is real talk, y'all. I had $2. That's $2 to my name. And so I had been holding on to these $2 because it was my last $2. And I wanted this grape soda, and I stopped at the convenience store, but I wouldn't go in because I needed to save this money. What if I needed it for something more important? So I get to the massage therapy school and I park, and I guess I was absent-minded because I left my wallet on the dashboard. Went into school, taught, came out, and my window, the passenger side window, was broken out. And I looked in and there was my wallet. So for a moment I was relieved. But when I opened the wallet, my $2 was gone. And the only thing I could think, I could just was like, why didn't I buy that grape soda? They didn't take my license. They didn't take any of the credit cards. They took my last $2. And at that point I was devastated. And what I learned was, it's not about stuff. It was really about who I was being in the moment. It wasn't about money. It was about inner peace. And I knew that innately, that's something that I own within me, and I can carry it with me 24/7. I don't need a dime. I don't need a penny. Peace is within me always. And so, peace is with you too. If I could go back to being 21 years old, what would I tell myself? At 21, I was in the United States Air Force. I wanted to go to nursing school, but my mom couldn't afford it. And so I decided I was going to aim high and go into the Air Force. And so that's what I did. And one of the things that happened was I got to be a medical technician. I went off to boot camp. It was not easy. We had to run, and when we ate breakfast, we'd have to scarf it down. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to eat. And I lost weight in basic training. And then I finished up with all of my training, and they assigned me to my first duty station in San Antonio, Texas, Wilford Hall Medical Center, the largest Air Force hospital. And one of the things that I learned is I can do anything I put my mind to. I was afraid. I wasn't sure if I would even make it from boot camp to that first duty assignment. Every day I had to wake up and make myself go, complete it. It was a lot of fears and doubts and worries if I could really do it. And so one of the things that I learned is I can do anything that I put my mind to. And I feel like one of the other lessons that I learned was determination. I'm determined. Once I start something, I don't quit. I give it all of my gusto. And the third thing I would say is discipline. And I did learn discipline in the military, but it has stuck with me all these years. Discipline, self-discipline, is the ability to do something even when you don't feel like doing it, just because you said you would. And for me, it's been one of the greatest things that has carried me forward, allowed me to serve others. Because sometimes you don't feel like getting up at 6 a.m. in the morning to go to work. And when you get there and you see all those bright, smiling faces, the people you want to serve, it makes it all worth it. I'm talking to my coach, and he suggests that I go find an E-Myth coach. So I do. And I hire this E-Myth coach, and I E-Myth my business. And E-Myth is more about working on your business than in your business. And I was consumed. My business was running me. I wasn't running my business. And after I got my business E-Myth, people were coming up to me, Mary, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? And so I started coaching people. But I always felt like something was missing. I wasn't giving them a 360-degree view of how to start their own business because it was only from my perspective. So I went back and I got my certification as an E-Myth business coach. And I started coaching people on how to shift their limiting thoughts and behaviors and beliefs and turning their life around and getting clarity on what their vision is. And I love to serve. And so what's next for me is serving in a bigger way. I want to serve the world, anybody who's willing to listen, because I made a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes along the way. And those are mistakes people can avoid. You know, the roadmap is already there. It's just, are we willing to follow it? Because I didn't follow the advice. I made so many mistakes that now I can literally show up and tell somebody what not to do, because mistakes cost money. And what I feel is that with the way that the world is now, I can have this impact in China. I could have this impact in Italy. The world is becoming smaller and smaller. And so I can share these tools with individuals to help them grow their businesses, get clarity around what their vision is, and so many of the other things that I didn't know. Why do people hire us? Honestly, people hire us because we roll up our sleeves and we go to work with people. When you're in business, sometimes you feel like you're all alone. And when you have a confidant, somebody that you trust right beside you, doing it with you, you're just more inspired. You're able to keep going longer. And somebody who can hold you accountable. And so what we do, and what we do very well, is we teach people how to work more on their business than in their business, because it's the strategies that will allow us the freedom. Because most of us started a business because we had a dream, we had a vision. And what happens is we get caught up in the day-to-day activities, and our business runs us instead of us running our business. And when you have a structure in place, you can leave. You can go on vacation for 3 weeks and come back and still have a business. Most entrepreneurs don't have a business. What they have is a job, because the moment they leave, the business stops. And so what we're able to do is to teach people those techniques and those strategies and tools that they can put in place so that they're literally out the middle. And their business is a reflection of them, even though they're not there. What I enjoyed most about this experience was Shay Brown. The man is incredible. He had me thinking thoughts that I didn't even know was there. He pulled stuff out of me. I got energized and inspired in my business and in my life. I couldn't even go to sleep at night because I was thinking about all the things that I would be saying, what I was going to be doing. And it takes a special type of person to be able to have that gift, to be able to just pull stuff out of you quickly and easily. I enjoyed the professionalism. I enjoyed coming and feeling like I was the only one in the room. Even though there were other people there, I felt like all of the attention was put on me. I had this incredible lady fix my hair. She didn't want a hair out of place. She put my mic on so that every word that I said was captured. I had photographers, and these are some of the best that I've ever seen. They wanted to make sure it was okay, that I was comfortable, that everything was fine. And they kept reassuring me, even when I had doubts about what I was doing, what I was saying, how I looked. It was incredible, and I loved it.